We are live with our season 3 review of Squid Game. Nada's here with us again. Mac is gonna be joining in a bit. We're gonna start by giving it a rating. One, one of the most horrible things ever made. 10, one of the best things ever made, and 5 is average. So let's go.
Oh, is that a three?
Yeah, it's 3.
I give it an 8.5. It shows.
8.5. Okay, go ahead. Why 8.5?
It was really good.
that,
Like, I don't know, especially compared to season two. Season two was complete shit. Like, I did not enjoy it. There weren't a lot of games going on. There was way too much drama. And then season three comes in with just everything. Like, the games are being played, the drama is just all deep in there. There's character development. Like, it was so good.
I,
No,
I disagree.
why?
Okay, what was good about it? Tell me. What did you like?
The games were super fun. I mean, sure, I get it. They were going on with the games even after the whole like revolution happened or whatever. But like still the games were still going on. And then you can see throughout the games all these character developments. You can see the development of the baby daddy, like how he turns from this supposedly nice guy who was just, trying to pay off his crypto debt into this like psycho dude because of that other psycho dude, by the way. Even there was a development for that psycho dude. He became even more psycho, and he even that scene with him going up to that old dude when he was pretending to die, when he was pretending that he's dead, and he's like, "I know you're pretending." Oh my God, that was so intense. Like in the game where they had to find the exit in like the big ass maze, and there was also like seeing 456 how he developed, like he developed from this very nice guy to the point where he has so much guilt in him on what led to that point that he went after the dude who he thinks it's his fault because that guy was a coward. There was even the character development of the host, like how he eventually like went and got the baby. He tried to help 456, and that was kind of foreshadowing maybe like if he went through it, he would have maybe been the successor of the person taking over this game. There was just so much happening. There's so much happening.
But
I am very curious to know why you gave it a three though.
because the writing was really horrible, a lot of things didn't make sense. Actually, most things didn't make sense, especially with the whole boat thing. When Captain Park catches them, and then he kills everybody, and then he's like, "Where's Huang? What do you mean, where's Huang? He was just right next to you at the boat, like you were just talking to him, like it's just 20 feet." And then nothing made sense when the guy went to the cops and they caught him, and he's like telling them everything, like just report murder. You literally saw them killing someone, saw their crew killing someone. Why didn't you just talk about it? And it was just a lot of stupid things that didn't make sense. The her coming back to the island later and she's talking to the guy, the lead, the second in lead.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing made sense here. Now suddenly she's in control and he's doing everything she wants from him, and she's like, I
I mean, she
wanted,
killed him eventually. He
I,
wasn't really doing much.
yeah, like, but just how did that happen? He was just had his back towards her, while she was just like crawling away, and like he had stabbed her in the kidney, which supposedly she probably can't walk or whatever, and it's just like so stupid. Why would you have your back towards
Sure,
somebody?
sure. I would say those parts that you mentioned don't make sense. Like the whole boat thing and the whole crusade, they not whole crusade, like the pilgrimage they went on to find the island, it should have had a better ending. Like when the guy found his brother, he should have like done something about it. I would say that that part was definitely useless. That did not help with the plot in any way. That was like so just like fillers here and there. That was useless. But her going back, I feel like it had a sort of like romantic ending to it because instead of just letting them to go on with these games, she went not only to protect the dude, which I don't know why she was protecting him, like it didn't make sense at all, like because she had some sort of connection to him. That part didn't make sense. But let's say she has like this whole romantic view of this world, this lifestyle, the money that they make. She wants to help his daughter. She goes and she burns down the whole thing. And that, with the boat being there, like it just, they got infiltrated and they had to just burn the whole thing down. Like at the end, it's like, okay, we're not gonna let you go through with this as easily. But then they show us, oh, it's actually happening in every country or something. I didn't think it was that useless to have her go back. I was very curious about that because it's like you guys were on the boat, you could have just like kept running away, you would have been fine. But also, she did tell the manager dude, like, you can either let me leave peacefully while the VIPs are here, or I'm gonna make a scene. And they did make this whole big scene at the end, which I don't know how that affects the VIPs. I mean, they finished the game,
I mean,
so.
even like the fighting between the two was really bad. If you remember the scene, it was really horrible. I remember even the director screwed up the 180-degree rule, and it was just so bad. I don't know why, because the scene with the transgender doing the fights was really good.
Yeah,
So
that one
I,
was good. I agree.
yeah, so I don't know. Did they like fire the stunt coordinator before that? This one, like, what happened? It was just this part never made sense. And even when at the games at the end, the last game, they were all like talking between each other. Oh, we have made a democratic vote, and I'm
Mm,
sorry, we have to go with what we decided. What do you mean? Just finish it already. It's not like things were taking too much time and things didn't make sense. And there was this big plot hole that I discussed with Mac was when they did the last vote after the fifth game,
mm.
and
After the fifth game?
so the last vote that was made,
Yeah, yeah.
and player 456 could have just like I don't know why they missed this the writers. He didn't object to the voting, and he had a lot of leverage there. He could have told them like y'all are alive because of me, because the other guy wanted to kill you all because he didn't want you to go to the other side of the bridge. Y'all owe me. You should vote no and stop the game here, and
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't say much.
because the
Like
writing's
throughout the
bad.
whole because I think though like the writing is bad like when it comes to monologues, dialogues, all that. I think the writing has been bad for all three seasons. I don't think this is the first season it's bad. Like I've never really liked the people to people aspects of Squid Game. Like I just really just enjoyed the games mostly. I don't think the script writing was good at all. I also don't think what was the other guy's name? The baby daddy. What was his name?
MG Coin.
MG Coin. That guy, he was such an idiot in that game. Like, I don't know why he just killed off any possible people who he could have killed off in the last game. Like, he just killed everyone off right before they got to the last jump of the last game. It's like, why are you doing this? And he killed off the old dude. Like, they could have totally easily taken him in the last one. Like, that guy's an asshole. Like, just wait, and then you guys can split the money three ways. And also, like, the baby mama, like, she could have jumped on one foot through the jump rope to get
Yeah,
to finish
yeah,
after
exactly.
leaving.
These are all
There was, sure,
bad
sure, there
writing.
was a lot of stuff that didn't make sense, but like,
Yeah, so
Squid
it's not
Game.
like an 8.5 because by the time like the last episode was there, I got caught out of it completely. I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. I just want to finish this.
But like that's the thing, Squid Game has always been bad writing. Like it's
No,
not
no, I
the first.
disagree. I
No,
disagree.
no,
No, I
no.
disagree.
It was so slow and there was too much like inconsistent monologue, dialogue, actions, whatever with the people. And then like it was all about the games. Like Squid Game was all about the games. I think they really tried hard in season three to not make it just about the games. Like um they gave the VIPs a voice. They gave the host a bit of a voice. They showed really a lot of character development, especially through the characters that stayed in the end, except
Yeah, but
the
character
last.
development doesn't mean anything if it doesn't make sense.
Sure, but I mean, I feel like they just
The
were
daddy,
trying to
the
put
dad,
something
they were
in.
trying, yeah, but the daddy was like the MG coin at the end. I'm like, oh, bro, it's too late for us to show to see it see his transformation. Like he only cares about the money. This is too late. Should have shown
But
up.
that is the transformation
Yeah, but
that he
that's too
went.
late. They only started showing it to us literally in the last episode. Like you should just build up to this. You cannot just show that to me.
Wait, are you
At
saying that you like what I'm talking about when it comes to character development is how he transformed from being a good guy to a very bad psychopath?
yeah, yeah. Too late. Was too late. because the last one on one between him and 456 was good. I'll give that to them, but it was too late. By that time, I was completely out of the games. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. But yeah, like I didn't care anymore. It's like okay, he's a psychopath. He just cares about the money. But that's too late.
I
That's the
think
last
that was a
episode.
bit too much what they did at the end. I think like already showing him in the game before that how he went with Thanos' friend, what's his name?
Yeah, the
That
yeah
guy, yeah.
yeah.
I think
The
that was enough for us to see like his true colors kind of thing. Like what he did on the bridge with 456. Like that was completely unnecessary. That was really unnecessary. Like throughout the whole thing, he already doesn't talk to the girl. He doesn't even show that he's the baby daddy in any way. And then at the end, like he shows he kind of wants to save the baby, but then at the end, like, does he really want to save the baby? He just wants the money. I think the interaction on the bridge at the end was kind of useless, but it was interesting to see him. Even like after he killed that the trans chick, I always forget their names. And after he killed her, and then he went on an even further crusade to get even more people killed. Like, why, man? Like, what's the point? Like,
exactly that didn't make sense
you're
here.
already in the way in the lead. Like, what are you doing?
Even though it was a very strong scene, I'll give that to them. I was like,
It was a good scene. I was very sad when she died.
no.
Like,
I
oh,
felt it. Actually,
and then
this should have in this part of the episode. This should have been the main storyline of the whole episode. Like in this episode specifically, they botched a little bit the writing because they they didn't give it like a POV where because it was obvious that the part of the trans character is the best part and the most intriguing and interesting part of the whole episode. But they kept showing me all the other characters doing stuff that I didn't care about. The billionaire
mhm.
got a lot of attention, which I didn't really care about. All the other characters that were alive. I'm glad the psychic, the witch died, so that's good. But still, it wasn't done in a smooth way because they had, if they wanted to kill the trans character the way they did, they should have done it like towards the end as like a
Mhm.
climactic moment. But yeah, like this was a good, like this was probably my favorite episode of this season. But still, it had a
That
lot
was
of
a very good episode. That really
it
was a
had a
very
lot
good
of
episode.
issues. But yeah, definitely.
I think if they would have at least kept her on till the last game, it would have been fun because it was a lot of like, you know, the deadbeat idiots versus, one guy who's something of a psychopath, something, and 456, who's the antagonist of the
Yeah, four
of the
five six is protagonist. Yeah.
hmm So like it was a lot of it was obviously very divided up instead of like, throwing a mix of something in there. Also, in that same episode, when that chick got killed, the mom kills her son for the sake of a woman she doesn't know so that she can save her baby and then kills herself the next day. That for me was like,
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
girl, like you don't know her, you don't know what's happening. Like, how can you even?
So
Those parts
you have all these critiques and you still give it 8.5. Was there
I
that?
like the games. I think Squid Game, like what makes Squid Game for me is the games. And in season three, they had games. They had the intensity of the games. Like season one had that. Season three had that. Season two was just so boring because they barely showed us any games. There was just way too much drama and it was so slow. Squid Game for me is the games. It's not the script writing.
Oh
It's not
really? Okay, then
the
watch your
whatever.
reality TV. Don't watch like watch this competition. Don't watch like a fiction.
What do you mean?
Like if you don't care about the script, then it's not really about. It's not. It's like you don't really care about watching series in general. You just care about like
Oh,
competitions.
you want to generalize the whole thing because I talked like that about Squid Game.
Yeah.
No, I mean just Squid Game in specific. I think season one like set that up for me, where Squid Game for me is about the games and it's related to so many other series like animes that came out that had like similar gaming and they just integrated that into a live action and that's what made Squid Game for me. So like when I saw season one, it was all about the games. That's awesome. The script writing wasn't that great. Like there was not much going on.
Really?
I mean, it was okay. Like I liked how they put in the main dude of the whole games in the like the dad in the games. That was nice and like seeing all the characters for the first time, but I don't know if you remember season one. It was kind of slow when it came to the characters themselves. Season two was very boring. And then season three,
Wow.
there was character development, there was all that, but it was also about the games, which is what I love about Squid Game.
No, I disagree. I really disagree. Season one definitely had its. I liked how the word building. Obviously, it's a different approach because you're still starting. So,
Sure.
the word building was really good because it's not like oh they're suddenly in a game and they have to play it like they do with the Hunger Games and the other stuff they
Yeah.
showed us. No, they go to the game. They play the first one. You don't know that it has killing and all of that. So it's a great moment of shock. People die. They vote out. They notice that they still need the money and they come back. So this whole psychology, I really liked it. How they willingly went back to play the games again.
hmm
Season
I mean,
season
they showed that too in season three. If you want to compare season one, season three to that, like they kept giving them the option to vote to not keep the games going. And even though they were destroyed mentally, they still wanted to keep going because they're like, oh, I made it this far. Let me just keep going. And then a lot of them end up dying.
yeah. Well,
It is an interesting aspect of the movie, like when you're put in that situation of fight or flight, what are you gonna choose? What are the circumstances that are gonna put you in the position to choose to keep going, not just to stop? And a lot of obviously most of them wanted to just keep going because they were like even the deadbeat guy, the guy who stayed, the old guy who stayed on till the end. That guy should have died so many episodes ago. He just wanted to keep going because he just kept slipping by because he's like, I'm just gonna let everyone else die instead of me. That is how I'm gonna put myself in the position to win. And that guy's such a coward. He's such an asshole. Like when he died, I was like, thank God, this guy's such an asshole.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it is even a lot of the women, like there's a lot of women who are very weak in the show. They didn't show any sort of strength. They didn't have any sort of skills to keep them going, and they were choosing to keep the game going, which is also very interesting. I think all the ones who I think the ones who chose to keep the games going were divided up into like two kind of extremes. It was either the ones who knew that they were too deep into it. Like they're fine with killing, they're fine with any sort of violence to win. And the extreme that was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep flying under the radar until I get to the end, and I'm gonna let them kill each other.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nah, I feel that season 3 didn't make any sense. Season 2, it had its good moments because the part with the recruiter was really interesting and how he got killed and how he played with them the whole time with the Russian roulette and all of that,
Mm.
and how 456 willingly again went to the games again in order to try to save them. The part at the end where he tried to pull a superhero stunt and like kill everybody didn't make sense to me, but it was overall okay. But then with season 3, there's just like a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of things that didn't make sense, and I feel that they just ran out of time. That it was simply that's it. They just wanted to finish up the season and the storyline, and they ran out of time. So maybe that's why they divided it into. Okay, Max here. That's why they divided it into 2 seasons. And yo,
Yo,
Hello.
hello.
so Nada gave it. I gave it a 3. You want to guess what Nada gave it?
A, 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 a 4.
8.5.
The last episode was an
No,
8.5.
the season. I was like,
The whole
what?
season.
I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
what?
Oh,
It was good. I'm so surprised you guys didn't like it. It
I
was
would.
so good.
I think the last time we talked about it, I said I gave the beginning of the season like a good 5, like a good 6, honestly, like or even maybe like a good 7, like bringing you in. Um, but those middle like last couple middle episodes,
Really?
man,
Oh my
I
God.
just like any like once you got to the bridge and then you got to the episode after the bridge where like oh the boats like he'll go hunting the boats like trying to get the girl to escape with the other prisoner like I just couldn't care.
I,
I just didn't. A lot of it didn't really propel the plot forward.
I didn't care anymore.
Like if something is the end factor, if that's the way the show ends, which is like Squid Game's ending, or all the characters dying in new Squid Game's beginning, which are the only end paths you can have for this show, unless you make a new show where aliens invade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying that's literally how they do it. They'll be like, "What do we do? What do we do? I don't know. Bring in aliens." Like, I don't know. If you can't, if that's the end goal, if that's how you end your show, everything that happens in between there needs to lead to that. So the boat
How do
interaction,
you see that it did not lead to that?
so like the boat interactions, anytime they're going to find the island, it didn't really
Fuck
lead.
the boat
Yeah,
interactions
yeah,
in general.
exactly.
But those
So
parts were so useless.
completely useless for us. The security girl who like worked for Squid Games and now she's like breaking out and she freed the guy. Aside from the fact that the guy got away, it it actually didn't do anything. Like nothing came of it. She didn't actually accomplish anything. She went back to the island and almost
Ridiculous.
died there. Like she didn't. She went back to have that fight scene. To be honest, like that's. She
And
went
it
back
was
to
a very
almost.
very messed up fight scene. Didn't make sense either. So it was definitely useless coming
Yeah,
back
I was
again.
telling Rob, I agree. Like the whole boat scenes and the guy like going on this pilgrimage to find his brother and didn't even do anything about it at
It
the end.
doesn't.
It
Nothing
just
happens. It was
it
just.
is
It's
like
just filler.
there was such a huge build up to that, and then he sees him and he's like, "Why'd you do it?" And then that's it. That's the only interaction we
Yeah.
get. That was completely useless. I'm talking about the rest of the show. That
So yeah. Um. I I like a lot of the characters in Squid Game and season two. I think a lot of the season two Squid Game characters are just as interesting as season one. If I'm being honest, I think they did a very good job creating these characters.
Mm-hmm.
I
Kind of.
do not think they did a good job handling these characters.
Yeah.
Again, I talked about this last time, but there's something called like the loss of potential in characters, and so like shorthand is like Anakin Skywalker is a loss of potential. Like he was supposed to be the Force, supposed to be the chosen one and the most powerful, and instead he gets cut in half and he's burned alive and he's like a shell of his former self. He's still powerful, but he's never going to reach his full potential as the chosen one. So like from an audience standpoint, that's beautiful. That's like an act of tragedy you have to watch play out, and it's interesting. I think it's really interesting writing.
Sorry, who are you talking
Um,
about? I kind of zoned out there. Who are you
from
referring to?
Anakin Skywalker from Star
Oh,
Wars.
Anakin. Oh.
Well, it's yeah, loss of potential, like potential unfulfilled, basically. But then there's the other side of it where like you as a writer have basically created a good character and you don't use them appropriately. Like the old lady killed herself. Okay, that kind of makes sense. She's old. She kind of lost. She had to kill her son.
She didn't
All
have
her,
to kill her son.
she didn't have to. She really could have just stabbed him in the leg, but at the same time, stopping him in general would have gotten him killed. So like, she is responsible for his
Yeah, but
death.
like she also chose a random lady that she doesn't know over him. It's like for the sake of motherhood, they have a lot going on.
For
Eventually
the
the
sake
mom
of a
died.
baby.
Eventually the dad died. Like only the baby stayed alive.
That's what I'm saying. It's like okay, you have these characters now. They could sacrifice themselves for this baby. This baby could be the central focus of Squid Game season three. Everyone has abandoned their life. They've already committed to murder and they've already committed these horrible sins. And so now, for redemption, all the remaining characters are sacrificing themselves to make sure this baby survives. Well handled, nice. Now these characters have motivations that are relevant to the storyline, but instead it's like, oh, I'm selfish. I'm over it. I'm gonna kill myself. You just killed your son to protect the baby, and now you're gonna kill yourself. What about the baby you just killed your son over? Why didn't you just let your son kill him then? F it. Like, or like
No, I was
the
I was
the
telling them
trans
it's
character.
like
Like
my main feelings about season three is that they brought back the games. I thought season two was so boring because it was way too much drama more than playing the games. And
they
I
did bring
love the
back the
games.
games.
And I think like in general, all of Squid Game had bad writing when it comes to their dialogues and monologues.
I
Like
disagree.
season one was like I didn't care about the plot. I didn't
It
care about
had
the characters themselves because it was all about the games for me. Season two was already like very bad. And then season three, there are some character developments. I feel like they tried really hard for like character developments and like the intensities going on here and there and their thoughts and their what's happening here, what are they gonna do here. I like that, but I think in general, just Squid Game dialogue script is very bad, like in general. Not the games. The games are very good. What do you think,
Um,
Mike?
sorry, I'm a big dog over here.
Yeah.
um, I I think that Squid Game season one has some campy writing sometimes, but for the most part, I'm actually very, very, very pleased with Squid Game. The first season, I think it was
Same.
really well paced. I think there is a lot of relevant context and a lot of relevant intersecting storylines that are again relevant. They did matter. Like even side characters propelled the 456. He propelled main character to like make better decisions or to affect his decision making, or it was in the back of his head when he had to do something. Like that's how you use a side character. Like how does it propel the story forward? How does it propel the character forward? And season one did a really good job with that.
Season one.
I will agree that I'm glad they brought the games back. That's what I think I did critique about season two was like, all right, I need more action. But again, it's comparing to what season one, which is a complete
Mm-hmm.
full season. This feels like one season cut in half and stretched out over two
Mm-hmm.
seasons, and it doesn't need to be. They could have straight up had two seasons, two more whole seasons. They could have brought 456 back again and been like,
Mm-hmm.
psych,
Oh my
season
God, it
three.
was so crazy to me that he made it. I mean, of course they're gonna have him make it all the way till the end, but then when they reach the very last stage of it, and I'm like, are they seriously gonna make him win again?
Nope,
Like, come
they had
on.
that was this was one of the reasons why as the season three went on, the score for me got lower and lower. Um, and it was actually the final game is one of the most frustrating games for me.
Oh my God.
When I think of the final game on season was Squid Game season three, and I think of all the other games from season two and season one, it's probably the weakest designed game. If you would have compared
Yeah,
it to
it
any
wasn't the biggest
other,
design game. I agree.
yeah, if you would have compared it to any of the other games previous, it would have been like, wait, this is stupid. So we have to just kill ourselves? Like it's the whole plan is just to die in here. What if no one jumps off? Are they gonna just mow people down on the platform? Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like the jump rope game. Like all right, think of how the games are designed. Think of what you're allowed to do. Think of what the rules are. But think of what the game is itself. Like the
Mm-hmm.
rules are like you got to get across the bridge and jump over the rope. But the game is if I get across first, I can probably push you guys over. They're not gonna trip. But then you have
Mm-hmm.
to ask yourself like, what are the escape maneuvers for the game? Like how can
Mm-hmm.
you as a player break the game? Like you're a game tester, right? How do you break the game? Don't participate. What are the
Mm-hmm.
rules for not participating in any Squid Game?
You die.
Typically death.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
have a
How? But
question.
how?
Yeah,
You either get killed by the environment or you get killed by one of the guards.
totally. I have a question for both of you. What would you say was the best game for you
The
throughout the
maze. Definitely
season?
the maze.
Throughout the whole three seasons.
3 seasons. I don't remember all the games from season one anyway. So
Mm, I think
they
yeah, they
had
had
the thing
the
with the billiards, and then red
what was the
light
thing with the billiards? Remind me.
where head to head one against each other.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
That was marbles, no? Like the
yeah,
one they play
marbles,
with
yeah,
the
and
one.
then
There's a red light, green light,
the last
the
game head
cookie
to
one,
head, and
and there's the
then
one where they have to walk across the bridge and it
and then
breaks.
the
There's a,
thing the thump tug of war.
Oh, tug of war.
was
Actually,
it Tug of War? I don't
I
remember that one.
think
No,
is
I
that
still
season one?
yeah,
That's
I
season
still
one,
think
yeah.
it's the maze. It's not because of the maze itself. It's because the sacrifice of the trans character just
Yeah.
it was a
That
very
she was that's my favorite character in the show up until she died. I was
yeah.
very like,
Yeah,
all
me
right,
too.
like cuz she's
That was
competent. I
sad.
love competent characters. I love characters who you can give a job and they're going to do it. It's not going to be some,
And she has a
"Oh, I
background
got to
like she was with the
there's
army, like she's very badass.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right."
yeah.
That
Best game actually. The relay race. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I think the three-legged where they tie them together and make them go complete games.
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah, this was
Dude, that's
Oh yeah, I remember that
sick.
one. Oh,
That's
that
a
one was fun.
sick game
That one
because you
was fun. That was
can't kill
actually
each
season
other.
two, right?
Yeah, that's season
Yeah.
two.
yeah.
Because you can't kill each other in that game. You have to like do your best to complete.
Hmm.
But by not doing your job, you can get everyone killed. Like it's actually a really well designed game when you think about it. Like
Mm-hmm. That
based
was
on
a
what
good
Squid
game.
Games, the aesthetic of Squid Games, and like how you complete and how you compete. Like that's
It
actually a
also
really
really
good game.
touches on like their cultural background. Like, did you grow up playing these games or not? And
Oh
that
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God! I'm so glad you said that. Yes, yes. Let's talk about the last episode, the last few seconds of the last episode. Okay,
of season three?
Yes.
Yeah, Kate
Okay,
Blanchett.
go ahead. I
I
really want to talk
this
about it too.
yeah, this is actually the absolute reason why I lowered the whole ranking when I was watching the show. He did, now Greg explained to me. He did explain to me. But I don't want to see an American Squid Game. I have I have exactly zero interest in that concept as a whole. And so to put that in my face right after you made me watch a third season of this show, I'm like, I'm not interested. David Fincher as a director now, that's not a bad look. That is a huge saving grace. Sarabi, please go lay down, baby.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun watching if they do it right and they probably have a ton of funds for it. I think Squid Game USA could be fun. And I love Leonardo DiCaprio. Like I grew up watching him. I've seen him in
Wait,
most of his stuff. I love him.
DiCaprio's in it?
I mean,
No.
they're talking about making him the main dude.
No, I don't think so. This is a
No,
rumor.
oh yeah, they are.
Wait, let me see. Really? This was a thing last year, but it was debunked later. No, no.
Nice.
No. DiCaprio, I don't think it's. There is no information about him. David Fincher, there is. It's not confirmed, by the way, with Fincher, but it's like a leaked information type of.
Oh, it's not confirmed yet?
It's like leaked.
God.
It's like leaked, you know. So he didn't
Okay,
like
yeah.
go up and say that.
Maybe they're like pressuring him into it. It's like, oh, the media knows now. You got to do it.
Oh,
I'd
also
be down to
yes.
see it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Let's go back to that point. So what? So he pulls up. He's in Los Angeles, America, United States, obviously California.
For whatever the fuck
Um,
reason, he went all the way and felt this personal need to deliver that himself.
I can.
And
I
she opens
actually.
the door for a
no,
complete
this one, no,
stranger.
this one makes sense to me. I'll give it to
I
them.
did. Yeah, I like this part. I don't like that he's driving down the street, minding his business, happens to look out the window and just happens to see the other Squid Game occurring. That's fine. I get it. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how you lead the show on. It's that is a piece of writing that I don't like. I don't like when things are just perfect
There,
timing because I
yeah,
don't believe in coincidence. I
yeah.
don't like. Here's a reason something needs to. This happened for a reason. Prove it to me as an audience member. You have 5 seconds, so you know what I'm saying. Like you have 10 seconds of content. You better prove it to me right now.
Yeah.
That's on you as a director and a writer. Like that's your job. Why? Why would an American homeless person know how to play that game?
'Cause he got
Not
Squid
one
Game,
American
obviously.
child in history without some brown in them has even knows what this game looks
To,
like.
to be fair, she might have just quickly told him about
She
it.
had to go in there and be like, "Hey, this is what this game's called. It's Korean. You've never even seen it. I'm about to beat you in it, idiot. You want
Yeah.
money?" And he's like, okay, I
I
guess,
have a
dude,
very
whatever."
good point about that. They should have done something
Cards, a
local.
ball under a
Cards,
cup.
yeah.
Yeah, pick a card. It's a
Pick a
scam.
ball,
They're gonna slap
something.
all over you. Yeah, I put a ball under a cup. I'm moving them around. Oh yeah, like
Beer
what,
pong, like
which hand is it in? Yeah, exactly. Anything. Well, how many American games do we have that are like drinking or card related? You didn't have to do some Korean stuff no one knows about. If she would have popped that game in my face, I'd have been like, wait, let me rewatch Squid Game so I can remember how to play this. Like I don't know what I'm doing. What game is this called? I don't know. It's in Korean. I can't pronounce it. Me either.
Uh, but no, to be honest, I would be excited for an American Squid Games because remember, America is like very diverse, and I would like to see
Yeah.
the interaction of all the cultural
The different walks of
aspects inside
yeah, I
the
wonder if
games.
they make like USA Squid Game, are they gonna have them all Americans or are they gonna have them from all over?
I mean, I would want one, at least one of them, to be illegal.
Ooh.
I would want like let's say
Nice.
one illegal character, and let's say one who was in the army. So let's say one.
I feel like there would be a bunch who are in the army if it's like USA, veterans and stuff, but
Uh,
I don't know. I feel like it would
to
be a fine line for them to cross to not get canceled instead of becoming popular. It's like, who are you considering American to be in the show?
they just pull people off the streets.
I mean, remember in the first Squid Game there was a Pakistani in the Korean games. That was an
Oh,
interesting
really?
character. Remember, Ali
That was back when they had how many characters did they start with? Is it 100 or is it?
456.
456.
Oh yeah, 456. That's right.
Yeah, because 456 was the last guy,
He's the last one.
and there was a Pakistani character. Remember Ali? He had a wife and in the first
Oh
season.
yeah,
Yeah,
they cropped him with the hit him with the Southeast Asian, got his ass.
Yeah.
yeah.
I do want to though keep talking a bit more about that last scene. Like, let's backtrack a bit to him already going to LA for this whole thing. He knocked on the door. Okay, we figured out as viewers that he's there to see 456's daughter.
Hmm.
And then he just stands there, very mysteriously, very creepy ass looking dude,
Yeah.
holding a box, talking to this minor at her doorstep. It's like, I knew you were dad. And then she just vents out to him and about to cry, like, tell him I want nothing to do with him. Like, first of all, call your mom. Like,
Yeah.
why,
I
why
need
are
an
you
adult
calling your
here to
mom
step.
again? And then you open the door for him to get this unknown gift because he said it's from your dad. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, what?
I thought about that too. I was like, should they have put a screen between them? Like I've seen it, you've seen it in TV shows and you've seen it in movies where they put a screen between them. And it really doesn't ruin the shot. Like it does mean you have to shoot through the doorway
Yeah.
as your point of reference, but at the same time you were going to anyways because she's standing in the doorway. Um, but like realistically, it's Los Angeles, brother. Like you have a screen on your door if you're opening. Like
And like she
you're
gets
not
it,
just
she
opening your
opens
door.
it. There's still the blood on his shirt. She doesn't understand. It's not like this game is
Oh
aired, for
yeah.
public viewing, and she knows what the fuck
Right.
this suit is from. And then just a random credit card. Like, you know nothing about real life. This could be like blood money. This is blood money.
It is.
This could just be something sketchy. Like someone could like hunt you. Like, go call your mom. Like, where's your mom in all of this? And then
Yeah.
he just leaves, and then she goes out, and she's like, "Sir," it's like, what?
I
Any
was
excuse?
I am curious if or how deeply the original writer thought about the consequences of having like of passing on the winnings of games to like family members.
Mm.
I understand that you want it to be a little poetic, so like they wouldn't add a card or anything with instructions. It would just be like, "Congratulations, win a number. That's your card. Like that's your pin code." Like you could probably tell somebody.
You guys watched the
It's not.
conversation that they had at the end of the show? The conversation between the writer and 456 and the host.
No,
They
was
had
that
an extra
post
episode where
credits?
he talks about
Oh,
yeah, they just had an episode. It's like a conversation that they had, and the writer talks about how he was thinking about it of whether he should keep 456 alive and have him go to the daughter directly. But I kind of zoned out when he was talking.
they kept the baby alive, and so
They
they
kept the
couldn't
baby alive. Yeah, I
they
mean, there's
couldn't
so many
keep him
different ways
alive.
they could have ended the show. Like, he could have killed the baby, but it's not in him to kill the baby.
Yeah, it's not
I
in him.
I really did like that he sacrificed himself.
He was going
I
to.
like that it did not have a feel good ending.
Yeah,
It was good for the show. Like, that's it, man. You won once, you can't win again. Also, like, just staying alive after all that trauma, like, that's it. You're dead inside. Like, there's nothing left inside of
yeah.
you to keep going anyway.
That's actually what I was talking about. I think last season was like once you've participated in this game's a second round, like you can't live a regular life. Like this guy can't
No.
go be a normal person. Like he either has to be involved in the games or he kind of has to die. Like
Yeah, no, this
he needs to
is
be free, and he can't.
life-changing stuff. There's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
way. Let's see what else was going on in season three. I really did enjoy season three.
Oh my God, no, no.
Guys,
It's like
because like season
Drag.
two was
I,
just so boring. So like season three,
it just
they
doesn't make
got
sense
back
to me.
into it.
I didn't care anymore. Like after probably the third episode, the fourth episode, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember I
Once
texted Mac. I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna binge it. I don't care anymore. Like this is so bad.
yeah,
This is like
I
so bad in the fourth episode.
What happened in the first
The
episode?
fourth
Which
episode
one was it?
is
the
after
consequences the consequences of the bridge game, which
Bridget.
again should have been massive, but instead it was just like, all right, hurry on to the next thing. Like I'm ready for the next thing. First we gotta do all this dialogue. Let's go off island again for no reason. Like, come on, dude, what are we doing?
What do you guys think of the of them actually showing us and giving a voice to the VIPs this time? I think like in the previous seasons they were showing us as being the VIPs
Yeah,
kind of
I will tell
thing.
you. I
But
think the VIPs simply had an agreement that you need to show our face in the actors. That's it.
Yeah.
So they had a scene where they showed their faces, and probably the
Yeah.
fifth one didn't care because he just wanted to act. So he's like, it's fine, you don't have to show my face. So they didn't put him in, and the voice
Do they
acting.
show them at all in any other seasons? No,
No,
they
no.
don't.
So
That's
only
the
one
first
of
time
them,
they showed them.
the one who wanted to sleep with the detective.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only one we see his face. He's like an old white guy, but the
It's the
others we
only
don't see
one.
them. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair,
Actually,
the actress of the I'll finish that take and I'll let you go. The actress from the VIPs, the Hong Kongese one, her name is Jane Wong. So she had like when it got first released, like 10,000 followers. After she posted her photo in the in the season
Look.
where she had her mask out, she went directly to 70K in like one day. So
Nice.
there it is.
Jeez.
That's it. Like that's the return on on the
Do you
Investment.
guys
this
know
one
there's like at
scene.
least four K-pop like icons in Squid Game?
Are they really?
There's like so there's Thanos, we know that.
Yeah.
And then there's the baby mama, and
Uh-huh.
then there's the kid of that old lady. He's also in K-pop.
Oh,
No, he's
really?
not.
I know, right? There's also there's one more. I think the crypto dude as well. I think
MG coin?
MG
MG
Coin.
Coin. Like they're all like K-pop
That's
whatever
funny. Dynasties.
icons,
Yeah.
and they got paid big for their roles in this show.
Oh, maybe
That's where the money went.
that's
Yeah,
why
that's
they
where all
ran
the
out
money
of.
went.
That's where all
Yeah.
the money went. We were talking about it actually last time. Me and Matt
Yeah.
were like, I was like, there's definitely some issue with the money because there's no way that.
There's no way your budget's like this much more than the first season or the first two seasons, and it's
That-
your writing is suffering. Like,
Oh yeah, I think like a couple of them got paid like 50, 60K per episode.
whoa,
Yeah.
wow.
Okay, maybe I mean in the US that's nothing, but in Korea
I
maybe
mean,
that's a lot.
in the U.S. that is per episode.
Yeah.
That's like
It's
a
like-
couple years of pay. You're good. You did it.
I mean, I
Good
don't
for a couple
It's a
years.
Netflix
I'll take
show,
it.
so.
Give me 70K per episode. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I will act my brains out. You'll be like, that guy speaks fluent Korean.
Yeah. But no,
Reverse it.
thanks for mentioning this. Now we know where all the money went, because
Yeah.
So how
that's
much did you
exactly
guys
right.
look up how much they spent on season 3?
no, but it was obvious that when the show does that well, the budget goes up.
Oh, we did look it up. I don't remember what it
That's a
was.
fact,
it was.
so.
It was considerably more.
So if it was considerably more, and you give me that trashy writing, we wonder like, okay, where did the money go? Now you answered the question, I guess.
I think on the games too, like the games, it was obvious the setup was not CGI. Like maybe the backgrounds were CGI, but they used up a lot of space.
green screen.
A lot of green screen. Yeah,
Green
a
screen,
ton
sorry.
of green screen.
Even
actually.
the last game, the one with the three
Oh yeah.
oh the three pillar whatever, that one was real. Like you need a lot of space for that.
It was only real in the section shots. So when they're standing on each platform, that's real. But if you look at the background of the platform, it's always green screen. And anytime they were doing wide shots of all three platforms, that's for sure CGI. Like that's guaranteed CGI. But if you ever see them like standing on the platform, like when it's red, it's like a red platform, and they're doing all these close-up shots, you'll actually pay to look in the background, and you'll see sometimes like the editing team has forgotten to like round off the circle, or like this triangle is actually the square shape, but because it's a short shot looking down at their like interactions with like a baby, so it's slow angles.
Sure.
You can't see the whole platform.
By
Like
the way, how stupid was it that Crypto Dude did not even start the game and tried to kill off 456? And he didn't even start the game. Like, why? Why would you do
Stupid.
that? Like, if you know you're going for it, just start the
Stupid.
game.
It's so bad. It doesn't make any. Dude, that last game, again, is my least favorite game in all of Squid Games. It's so poorly designed. It's so poorly thought out. And it feels like they went back and retroactively added rules to like the design aspect of the game so that the narrative could make sense. So they were like, all right, we need this to happen. Well, why would they do that when they could just do this? Well, put a button they have to step on to make the game start. And it's like, okay, let's do that. Well, he can't fight him with his hands. He needs a weapon. Give him poles. Why? Why do they have these poles sitting here? These poles, you can't pole vault across the thing. You don't need the poles to open the bridge.
There also wasn't a
A
poll on the
spear would
third
be
one.
better.
There was only polls on the first and second one.
No, there was a poll on the third one.
Yeah, that was
No,
a.
there wasn't a poll
There
on the third
was.
one.
He held it to let
He
the
used
four
it.
five
He used
six
it.
to
He
let
used
four
it
five six.
immediately. Yeah.
Wasn't he holding the same one from the second one?
No,
Because the
no,
guy
no.
grabbed it and
Oh,
fell with the second one.
no, I missed
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
yeah.
First guy got pushed and he grabbed it and like fell off because I was shaking hands. The second guy got pushed and he was like watching him as he fell. And then the third time he pushed, he was trying to use it on 456 for the third one. So yeah. That's right. That's three poles. Yeah.
You
Oh
want
yeah. Again, pole. What's the point of a pole? Why not a spear? Why not a dagger? Why not a taser? Why not mace? Why not a grenade? It could be anything. Why a pole? Like what's the narrative reason? What's the mechanic? What's the game mechanic method behind having this pole here? Like, oh, when you take the thing out, it starts. You have to. What's the order? You have to. Everyone has to be on the platform. You have to press the button and then pull the pole out, and then someone can die.
Okay, guys, I've thought about
Why?
this. After our talks, I am convinced, and I've brought down my rating to 6 3/4.
There's
I
some
think the games
flaws.
are still make it so good. I think the games still make it so good. But I do agree with you guys. The writing, especially when it comes to those aspects, it was not done well at all.
I'm just
But again,
confused.
like all of Squid Game's writing, except for the games, I think it's
Wait,
just
what was your rating, Matt? Mac, you gave it like a
Oh,
4.
for the whole season 3?
Yeah, I gave it a 3. So
Yeah, I gotta end it on like a 5. I
okay,
gotta a 5 is just mediocre. I wouldn't recommend you watch it, but if you watch it, let's talk about it for a couple minutes. But let's not like rage about it. And I
yeah.
also wouldn't recommend anyone watch it. Like I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, you gotta watch that.
I
I'd be like,
am
yeah, it's
glad
alright.
I am glad though that they ended it. Like it's not like
Yes,
they're gonna keep going with it. I mean
yes.
they're gonna
Well,
keep going in the US, but that's
that's
different.
exactly it right there. I was at the end. I was like, well, thank God they're ending it. Let me wrap this off. Like if they're killing it right here, that's a 5. That's good. They know what they're doing. I'm saying it's over. Ending, knowing when to end things will make me respect you as a show, as a writer, as
Yeah.
a team, as a director. I'm like, yes, that's exactly right.
Not like what they did with
Not knowing when to end it will make me hate you, which is what I thought was happening when I saw the American continuation. I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this.
No.
What's the first challenge gonna be? Red light, green light, but you're in a school and it's guns. Everyone's got guns at one person.
I think at some point though, like the writer was just making a ton of money out. Like remember when Squid Game first came out? All the ads everywhere were buying rights to have Squid Game logo, Squid Game everything. Like this guy is making so much money off this. I don't think he cares anymore at this point. He's like, I'm
A
just gonna make a ton of
killing.
money. You want to buy my rights? No problem. Give me money.
Yes,
You can get
that's
do whatever you want.
and that is exactly how I would roll too. You are
Mhm.
absolutely correct.
Like
I
everybody
remember.
wants a piece of this? Sure. So many people
I,
rejected me before that. Everyone who
yeah,
rejected him, by the way, before it came out on Netflix, are probably just like
punch in the
banging
air.
their heads on the
Yes.
wall over this.
I mean, to be fair, if he wasn't rejected, it probably wouldn't have been so good. 10 years, I think after 10 years, you'd have a good piece of art. You know, if you spent 10 years working on something after all the feedback.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, the writing in season 1 isn't at all something you would expect. Like they go to the game, they leave, then they willingly go back, and
Mm,
all the way things are designed, it's not easy. It's not like the Hunger Games or
Yeah.
3%
No, it's
or
not.
all the other game movies that you watched before. So that's what makes Squid Game that unique, you know? And there is a purpose. So you
Yeah.
are within the real world, but there is a reason, there is a purpose. You have all these people who are bankrupt and they really need the money. So it makes sense. It's not like they're forced into it
that's
like in the
true.
Hunger Games, right? In the Hunger Games, you are
Yeah.
forced into the games. It's
You
part
have
of
to
the culture.
volunteer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Then you don't really
but
win
you
much
do.
at
But
the end.
someone does have to go though. Yeah.
Does have to go exactly,
Yeah.
but
You know,
we
like Squid Game is basically a reality show, but people die. It's the Beast Games
Oh my God.
without people dying.
Mac, you had a take about the VIPs. I cut you off
Oh
on this one.
yeah, they. It's so jarring for me because I said this last time, but I watch a lot of like kung fu movies. I love
Yeah.
old retro kung fu movies and old like Korean horror movies and old Japanese horror movies. They're really underrated gems a lot of times. But that means I watch a lot of dub. I watch dub and sub like interchangeably. Like if you have something dubbed and you grab the controller and like change it to subbed, I might not even catch it because I'm like already doing the reading and listening thing. So when I'm watching people speak Korean this entire time, fluently, obviously, and I'm reading subtitles, okay, and then I am reading, and then I hear English, and I'm reading English. I'm like, wait, what the hell? And then I'm hearing it, and I'm like, is this a voiceover? Like, is this a dub over? Like, whose accent is this? Like, have you ever watched it like an old kung fu movie where like the dude's talking and like his American voice is like dubbed over and it's not synced
Mm-hmm.
up and it's like poorly filtered, like it's in like the worst kind of mic. He's like, oh no no, you will not have my, and he's like trying to match his words to the movement, so it sounds like he has this accent, this Korean accent. Um, yeah, it's campy and it sounds jarring. It threw me off so bad because I was like, are these dub overs? And then I realized these aren't dub overs. These are literally people who speak different languages. They're just white,
Okay.
but they're speaking English for the role. And so, like the girl, like the lady, she's Chinese, right? But she has like a Chinese accent, but she's speaking English. But I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely hearing Chinese accent on this Korean lady. So I'm trying to make it make sense. But then there's like these white guys who are like also like
Mm-hmm.
clearly speak Korean, clearly have a Korean accent, like it's the way their mouth positions, like. But then he's speaking English, and I'm like, that's not your native tongue. Like it
It was
sounds
very
like it's like
weird
the
too. Like
uncanny
they
valley.
were speaking English, but it was audio over their English. Like it was very
It's
weird.
not, and it wasn't.
It wasn't like it was actually it was a very weird
It
sound
was
mix up.
their voices, but because
Yeah.
they have accents and because it's so poorly produced, it sounds like you were saying right then. It sounds like someone's dubbed over their
Mm-hmm,
voices and they're
mm-hmm,
talking. It sounds like, have you seen
totally.
those like old '80s movies where like these guys are talking like, I'll do it, and it's like literally not coming out of his mouth because you can tell they didn't have like the mic stand wasn't hung it up properly, like it was probably off to the side and it couldn't pick up his voice properly, and so they just kind of had him come back to the studio and do it over, and then they synced it over, and it's like, yeah, it went
Yeah.
well, but it also threw me out of it. It
Yeah.
is immediately jarring and like pulls me clean out of my realm of disbelief.
You guys noticed that at the end, like when the whole place was about to explode, like we saw the VIPs all the way till the end, and then they just disappeared. It's like they don't know. It's like where'd they go? Like we didn't see
My
them leave
exact
them.
point.
We didn't see them escape. Like what happened to them?
No boat scene, no helicopter coming to pick him up, no secret jet, no
Like they were
secret
just okay with
submarine.
it. It's like,
Just
oh, we gotta evacuate. Okay, let's go.
yeah, just oh, we gotta leave. Okay,
In
yeah,
30
brother, give
minutes.
me
In
30
30
seconds.
minutes.
All I need is 3 seconds of a helicopter landing, and now I've connected dots, and you move on. But if these are VIP characters. They're supposed to be the whole reason the Squid Games are happening. They're funding the entire thing. If you're going to introduce them into the story, don't give them campy, stupid lines to fill. This is filler. The whole VIP, every single time you saw a VIP in season 3 is filler. It's filler. With the exception of the main guy, the main bad guy,
Yeah.
the guy in all black. I don't
The
consider him a
host?
VIP. He's like the manager. Like
The
he's
host?
making the games. Yeah,
Yeah,
the host
yeah.
exactly.
Even at the end, when he's trying to convince them that they're gonna go
Even
for,
then,
he's
yeah,
gonna go
there's no
forward
point
with the game. It's like this back and forth talking, which I didn't care about. Like he's trying to
because
explain
it
to
didn't
them
matter.
exactly.
By the
Yeah.
way, there's something that really confused me about the host now that I think about it. So the host, he is the son of the OG guy who was the main host of the games, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when so he goes ahead and tries to give a knife or gives a knife to 456 and he's like, you can kill them all and you can just win the game. And then they show us later on a flashback of him in that same scenario. And I'm like, why was he in the games? Like, I was trying to understand. I'm like, are they trying to show us this is how they choose the successor of the host? Or, but like, also, this guy's the son of the OG dude. So why was he in the games to begin with? I
There
was
it
very
is.
confused about that.
That I so as someone who does writing and does a lot of subtext when I write, um, because of the books I've read, um, I did fully understand the scene, and your assessment is accurate. His father basically put him in the games and
Oh,
has prepped him to be the next host.
I
And
guess.
so he was actually trying to do the same thing to 456 because he says it multiple times in season 2, like, we're the same, dude. Like, I see a lot of you and me. I see a lot of me
Right.
and you. Like, yeah, we make the same decision here. That, to be honest, we agree with each other. Yeah, let's both do this. Like, He's kind of leading him to do that, which is what I initially wanted from season two. I was like, yeah, man, I hope they do make him a bad guy because he can't be a regular person after this. He can't go be a
I
regular
was kind of
dad.
hoping for that too. I was kind of hoping at the end, like there's nothing else for me to do now with
Yeah,
what I know, what I've been experienced. Like if they made him the host, I would not have been upset. I would have been like,
it would have been a
yeah,
crazy twist because it would have
yeah.
meant that they would have had to change his character so drastically. But this is like a life changing event. Two Squid
Hmm.
Games back to back, brother. You're not a regular person anymore. You might need to go be the host. But I also think that like by providing that potential story, they still do a good job of providing 456. I think 456 is the best character in the show. Across
Agree.
the board, he's just I mean, obviously he's the main character, but he is very well developed. And again,
Yeah.
having the chance for corruption in his hands so close, and still him being like, no, I'm better than that. Like that is who 456 really is. Like
Hmm.
even
He
that's not
did
what I
feel
wanted.
corrupt for a bit when he went off and killed that guy for his own reasoning.
To be fair, as I tried to take myself out of it, you know what I'm saying, objective watching. But when I found out the dude lied about being a Marine, I was like, yeah, he's got to die for that.
Yeah.
You got to die for that because you put us in jeopardy. We thought
Yeah.
you were gonna be down to go get some ammo and survive some gunfire and come back. You froze, and now
Yeah.
people are dead. You gotta die. You gotta go. First game, first chance I get. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, you got the trans character killed because she got messed up in the last game, and you got 456's best friend killed, and that's the end of the game. Like, yeah, you are responsible for a lot of people's suffering. You got to go.
Hmm.
I would have hunted him down for sure.
It was interesting though, like the whole maze scenes, the whole maze game was very
Yeah,
it was very cool. Like
Yeah.
how
I
they
do.
followed the characters, how they showed them from one room to the other, and then there was the one door that you open. It's like all doors. It's
Yeah,
like Alice in Wonderland kind of kind of
I
stuff.
uh,
That was
I was
pretty
telling,
cool. I really
I was
enjoyed
tell,
the maze scenes. Yeah,
I was telling them
it was a cool one.
that the mazes are narratively fun to write because they're basically time machines and like teleporters.
Yeah.
You as an audience member don't know the structure of the maze, and so me having a character disappear around a corner and then pop up whenever I need them to be is really convenient as a writer.
Hmm.
Like, it's a little confusing as a maybe like direction or blocking because you might need to remember some of the maze structure. But again, you also don't really need to follow it because again, the audience
I
doesn't
wonder
know what
how
it
they would
is.
approach that. Would they like, I mean, I guess if you want to like really have it as authentic, like you would actually create a maze, like a
An
3D
actual
maze,
maze.
and then base the script off of what you're seeing here. I wonder if
And
they
without breaking the 180 rule though. Think about that. Yeah. Think about not
180
breaking the
rule.
180 rule in a
What's
maze
that?
with multiple characters.
They
Take it
just
away, please.
they destroyed
Sorry,
it.
my
It's okay.
my
The
lack
180
of
rule is
knowledge.
when you're shooting two characters and like you're looking at you know what I'm saying this would be like the 180 rule. Like it's like this flat. It's like a
Mm,
line. So all your shots need to come from either this way or this way, so that the audience knows that we're both in these two positions looking at each other. So camera
mm,
angle's either looking in or looking towards us, but like it's not gonna break the plane of this 180-degree plane over here. If you change the camera angle to this side, you've broken the 180 rule and you've disoriented your audience. Because
mm.
now they've gotten backwards. That's why like
I
switch
see, I
cuts when
see.
they're during fight scenes often break the 180 rule for inexperienced
Mm,
directors and like fight scene coordinators, and it makes audience members confused. You're like, oh yeah, they were fighting, and now they're on the other side of the room. They're actually not on the other side of the room. They just
mm,
went to the cameras on the other side, and it changes your depth perception. Changes your
If you watch the
mm.
fight scene between the girl and the second in chair,
yes,
it was an obvious mistake of the 180 rule. It was like I
yes,
was like, this is also one of the moments where I was like, okay, let's go. I don't care anymore.
yeah,
Let's move it. That's another mistake.
yeah.
It happens across inexperienced directors or stunt go. I don't know why, because the stunts were with the trans character were really good. I don't know why they botched it here.
I
Like,
think I mean the devil's in the details.
yeah,
It's just one of those. It's probably something they missed in editing for real. Like again in these when they shoot these scenes, there's so much footage they shoot. Like I wonder how much of the fight scene is actually not even in the show. Like so much content.
they probably ran out of time and just made it done quickly. That's
And
probably
you know
it.
they weren't paying the editors. They were like, all right,
I
we
mean,
gotta get this money to these
it
guys.
all went to the actors, but no, I keep thinking about it. It's always some sort of an experience because I remember like when I was watching Miss Marvel, for example, a Marvel series, there was one of an obvious mistake in the 180 rule, and I was like, How come? Apparently,
Yeah.
they were just hiring people who are just new, and they
Yeah.
were. I mean, but it's just. But the problem is that's the first thing they teach you in editing and directing. That's literally the first thing, the
That's
first lecture,
yeah.
like
That's like one of
101.
the first things they teach you in like cinema classes in
Exactly,
general.
like
It's like
101,
180 rules.
180-degree rule. So I never understand how someone can botch it like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro.
The 180 rule is so important. We do it in video games. Like if you have a cutscene, it's the same thing. Like I can't break the 180 rule. I would disorient my players. They'll be like, "Wait, where am I? Wait, who's talking?"
Like,
Especially when characters look similar, you'll be like, wait."
yeah. Speaking of payment and budget, I was looking at Thanos right now. He's a rapper, as Nada mentioned, 21 million followers on Instagram. So imagine
Wow.
how much he got paid. And if you think
Wow.
about it, he died right at the end of season 2. So I think he's the one that broke the budget.
He died at the end of season 2, and they brought him back for season 3 for the little scene where he's hanging
Yeah,
off the edge.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I
They
Brought
think
him back.
I think he broke the budget. That's why.
You know how much it costs to be brought back like that?
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to have like in your contract for you to come back for like an episode, like a one scene episode? Dude, that
It
is
cost a
I
lot,
wonder though, like,
and I have a
did they
great
do that
example.
just to like,
I have a great example,
fan favorites. It's just a fan favorite.
yeah, like
the
to tap
Godfather.
into the Korean market or
The
something?
Godfather. So in the Godfather, spoiler alert, the
Ah,
first one, spoiler alert, Sonny
Sunny.
dies.
Yeah.
But they brought him back for a cameo in the second movie, and the
Yeah.
actor requested the same amount of money he got paid
The same amount of
in the
and got
first movie, and he got it just for this
and
one
he got
scene.
paid it.
For this
Yes.
one scene. One
I'd like
scene,
to be that
one dinner
entertainer.
scene.
That would be
He says
nice.
probably like 2 3 lines and like drinks coffee, and that's it.
That's why people whenever someone's like, "Oh my god, this movie's just a bunch of cameos. This is just a bunch of fan bait. Like they just want to make it's nostalgia bait." Yeah, brother, and the actor got rich from doing like 30 minutes of work. You know how little effort you have to do when you come back and do your cameo episode? You're not winning Oscars in your cameo episode. You don't have to. You're getting paid a year's paycheck. It's incredible.
I'm getting the money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why Marvel movies cost so much because they have 49 main characters in their movie and they all have 30-second cameos and they're getting paid $2 million a pop.
Well, that's why Disney bought them out because Marvel could not keep up.
Could not.
What?
Could not.
Yeah.
And couldn't keep up with Fox either. Fox was siphoning too much money off of them. And so they were like, yeah, you know who you can't siphon money off of? The mouse. The mouse won't let you take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Go ahead. You wanted to say something?
What's gonna be the fate of the little girl and the baby? And will they be in Squid
Yeah,
Games
why did they
America?
give the baby to that guy? Yes,
Honestly,
exactly.
I just
Exactly.
when I watched it, I was like, I don't know why they would do that. But at the same time, like, who else do they
I
give it
thought the
to?
baby would go to that the guard chick. I thought when she didn't kill herself, she
That's
went back. I thought she was going back for the baby. That would have made so much sense.
because the baby's the reason she didn't kill herself. Four,
Yeah.
five, six sacrificed himself, left the baby on the thing, and then she pulled the barrel out of her chin. So you're gonna take the baby, you're gonna be the mom. Like that's okay, I guess that's cool, but at the same
Like to
time,
replace
like
your own daughter that was kidnapped or
yeah, you know what I'm
also
saying? That's
why she
narrative cohesion. That nada is narrative cohesion. Here are two plots that have open ends and can tie together at the end. A cohesive narrative that was established from the beginning. People would have been like, "Oh, that's good, good call." But instead, she just f's off. You never see her again. And we push the baby to some guy, and we fast forward to 456's daughter, and it's like,
no, you do see her again when she's at the carnival and she's getting a caricature from. I know it's so relevant though. She gets a caricature and then she goes to the airport and then it was just like so coincidentally that her agent sees her in the airport. You
I'm
remember?
having like brain flashbacks of this scene. I had removed it from my mind because it was so frustrating. I was like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah. Who cares,
okay.
really?
For me, it's not really about critique. It's because I was already out of the series, so I don't. I was too biased against it by now. So I would anything I see is a mistake probably. So that's why I didn't go deep into whether it makes sense or not.
I need endings to make sense. I think endings to me really show your ability as a writer. because they're hard. Endings in Big 2025. I mean, people think they have a good bead on how things should end. People have ingested literally decades of content. Like, how many endings have you seen? Probably literally hundreds of thousands. You've read books, you've watched cartoons, you've watched movies, you've watched TV shows, you've read books and comics and video games. Like you've seen all sorts of endings. Now I have to surprise you. Now I have to keep you entertained. Like the endings are hard. Fight scenes, maybe not so much. I don't want to talk about John Wick right now, but
Did you
you
watch
can
the
have
first
a
one?
lot of fight scenes and not have any weight to them.
Did you watch
I,
the
I, I
first John
agree.
Wick?
I agree. That's like a comment on the fourth one, maybe, but
Yeah,
but
we'll get there
we'll
later.
get there. We'll talk
We'll
about it
save
later.
that. We'll
We'll
save
save
that.
it till later. Definitely.
Um,
Yeah, coming back to the budget thing. So MG Coin is also a singer. He's a member of the band ZEA. He has 5 million on Instagram. So yeah,
Nice.
probably that's what broke the bank. All the people they got.
Dang.
And this is quite interesting because like sometimes whatever one actor takes like whatever 50% of the budget, and then you're
Yes.
left with what? Just because of this one actor. I mean, then you want to ask like, is it worth it or not? Is he or she gonna bring that much money again? Or
Yeah.
it's just.
That's the question.
But when you have all these fight scenes and all this killing and all this blood and all this CGI and all this design, this is gonna cost a lot of money. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like a family drama where you can shoot everything in a room or in the house and that's it. So I don't know.
The sets are dynamic. They got to be built and set
Yeah.
up and tore down.
But now that I think about it, I think the reason it's kind of what we keep saying is that it was split into 2 seasons because they probably ran out of budget, so they ran out of time. So they're like, let's do season 2. We'll finish season 3 later. And probably Thanos is the one that broke the bank because ironically, the moment Thanos dies is the moment season 2 ends. So
I do think though, yeah, they could have made these 2 seasons into one.
no, I think originally they were 1 season. I think that. I think
Yeah, yeah,
they,
yeah. I think
Okay.
I think I don't have proof, but it
Yeah.
seems to me like this because
it feels like there's not enough content for 2 seasons. I feel like
Yeah.
they were given. I feel like they wrote. I feel like again, season 1 was written 10
Yeah.
years ago. It's been made, and I imagine he had like an idea of like an after, and so after season 1 was successful, they're like, hey, good job season 1. We need 2 more seasons. So seasons 2 and 3, and he's like, I have enough for 1 season, and they're like, yeah, okay, well, stretch it out
Oh.
and give us 2 seasons,
Okay.
and you're like, and he's like, okay, yeah, I can do that.
I think
And he did.
I think no, I think he already had just 1 season, and it's not that they wanted 2 seasons. I think they already had in mind 1 season, but because they ran out of budget and ran out of time, they were like, okay, let's split it in half. We'll publish the first part now, and this will give us enough time to market and work on the second part. Because if you look at the difference in time, it's only what like 4 months between the 2 seasons. That's not a lot of time. That's just probably
Yeah, it wasn't
editing.
a lot of
Oh,
time.
season 1 and season 2. Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
season
yeah.
2 and
Oh,
season
season
3.
2 and season 3.
2 and 3.
4 months between. It was back to back. And when season 2 ends, season 3 picks up immediately where
No,
the
no,
story.
no, no, no. I
Like,
mean,
like,
Oh, in
publishing.
real life.
Release.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, what?
So
No.
that's why I think they divided it. It's because they ran out of time for like production and stuff for the season 2, and they were like, okay, we'll publish the first part of the season, and then the second part of the season we'll publish it later, 4 months from now. Because who publishes 2 seasons in a 4 month span? I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
I never heard of that before, so that's why.
That's
And
true.
unless you shot both back to back, like,
Yeah. So
oh, actually, they did do that. Oh, have you seen? That's off topic, but for 28 weeks later, that zombie movie that just came out. Have you seen what they've done? Have you seen what they're doing?
No.
They shot 2 movies back to back in the same areas. They shot 2 different movies.
Really?
And so they released 28 weeks later. And then 28 weeks later, they're going to release the second one.
Wait,
or
you
the-
mean 28
technically-
years later?
Oh, yeah, 28 years later. Yeah. So they made 28 years later. And then 28 weeks later, they're making 28 years later part 2. There's
wait,
part
wait,
2.
wait.
Yes.
Ah, okay,
So
okay.
28 years later just came out.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then a few more weeks, 28 years later, The
2.
Bone Kingdom comes out.
Oh, interesting.
So now I'm like, is this a new trend we're gonna see? Because they did this with Avatar, the second Avatar.
yeah.
The Way of the Water. They have
Yeah,
the third one already shot and
yeah.
made. They're still in editing right now. It was already shot simultaneously. Saves you money. If you have an interesting IP that's guaranteed to get the income, then you now have
Mm-hmm.
double that. You stretched it out, but it's also a major risk.
Because
Mm-hmm.
if the
But
first
actually,
one bombs, then
never mind. I take it back. It's not a major risk because, like you're saying, if the first one bombs, you already have the second one done. You're not about to go shoot on a Kurtz budget. It's already either going to do well or not.
yeah.
But if it does well, now you have two done. And if it does bad, now you can make saying double the bad money and hope you come out a little bit on top.
I still need to watch 28 Weeks Later.
I,
Rahab, did you
Yeah,
watch 28 Days Later?
no, not yet. Not
come
yet.
Man,
on, come
you should
on.
watch it.
I
It's
think we
such a
should
good one.
just finish the John Wick series, then we'll do the 28.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
All
fine.
right.
I'm okay with that. I did just finish number four. I'm gonna go after Ballerina next.
No, no. After 4, we need to watch the series, the Continental, with Mel Gibson.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So, because that's how the order is, to make sure the
Okay,
order is correct. So,
that's
we,
right. Yeah, yeah.
so 4, then 3 episodes, then Ballerina.
And Continental's on the where? It's on
It's on Peacock. Yeah.
Peacock as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in there. We're in there.
We're in there.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't. Overall, I'm gonna give Squid Game as a whole, as an entire experience, I'll give it like a good 8.
Yeah.
Season one is so
7, 8.
fun
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so interesting and
Yeah.
so involving. And season two, still again, I really think the characters are really interesting. All of Squid Game's games are pretty fun. I've there's only a couple, literally like 2 games where I've been like, okay, I don't care, like, and that was the last one, unfortunately. But it does end on a really low note, so I can't give it like an 8 or a 9 in
Yeah.
all. I have to give it like a final, and like at the end of Squid Game, dude, I'm telling you, I was just like, please, and
Let's get it
please
over
give me
with.
something. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would probably give the entire show, all of Squid Game, if I had to put it all together, good 7.5,
Yeah. So,
good
yeah.
7.6, 7.7.
Yeah.
It's
Like
strong. It's a
all
strong
in
show.
one?
All of it, all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
All in all, yeah, I would say also along those lines, like 7, 7.5.
I
I
couldn't, like I
wouldn't
said,
give it more than that. Like
yeah, I couldn't give it like
it's
a
just
9.
because of
It's,
season two. Like season two really did not appeal to me at all.
hmm
It's interesting because you critique 1 and 2 and you like 3, but we're like the opposite. We
No, I
like
love one.
1 and 2 we like it, and
I
then
love 1 and 3,
okay.
One's the best for sure.
and I don't
Yeah.
like 2. We should do a reality show sometime. We should like critique a reality show sometime.
That's
Yeah.
what I was telling him he should get on that Love Island.
Oh my God, I'm watching the new season now. Are you enjoying it?
I hate everybody. It's like,
Hey everybody, it's so slow
dude,
too.
it's
Like
so
there's not
slow,
much
and
drama.
everyone's like, how are there so many couples and no one's like really coupled up? Like y'all don't even like each other, brother. Like it's a dating show. None of you enjoy each other's presence. You all hate each other.
Yeah, I don't think the production of that season. I haven't seen any other seasons, but I've seen
Oh, I'm
reviews
watching.
of
I
the
watched season
production.
6 simultaneously, and it is so messy. The
You,
producers are so messy. Oh my goodness! But season 6 is like fun, romantic, like drama. Season 7 is like toxic mess. It's just toxic drama, and it's not fun. I'm like, I don't want anyone here to win.
is that the new
Also,
season? New season is season 7.
saving yeah, season 7. Like
Yeah, it's
Ace is
very
not
boring. I'm not
5'10".
enjoying it. Like I'm not very interested to know what happens to these characters. There's a
No.
few reality shows that I can actually get into. This is not one of them.
I can't. I don't care about dating games. I genuinely you cannot get me interested. Like I've
Oh my
tried
God,
so
you should check
hard.
out The Circle. The
I
Circle
did.
is, oh my God, it's some of
Yep.
the best reality shows I've ever seen. Oh my
It's
God.
based on a movie. It's based on a movie.
Really?
Yeah, The Circle's
Which
based on a
movie?
movie. It's a horror movie, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
What's the name of
it's a
the,
sci-fi horror movie, and so they took that concept and then made it real life and just
do you
like
remember what it's
relationships.
called?
The Circle.
Oh,
Yeah. These people get like kidnapped on like an alien spaceship, and they basically like there's like they're all like sitting in a circle, and this thing like is in the middle doing things, and it is killing people indiscriminately, and they have to like make decisions to get out of it. It's like kind of like a reality show, but like the aliens are making you do it. It's kind of messed up. Um, but it's like loosely based on that. It's not like
interesting.
even because obviously it's not
I'd
aliens are
enjoy think
killing
I
us.
would enjoy seeing that. I really like the reality show.
Yeah, I don't like reality shows because I'm trained and educated to resist manipulation, and
Excuse
propaganda.
you.
And so anytime I'm watching these shows and I see like little tricks of editing, like someone's hand placement has like it's like, oh, they're like making out and the guy's hand goes like this down her back, and then like they get another angle and they come back and shoot that angle again and his hand goes back down her back again, and it makes it look like they've been making out for a long time, but they just reshot some footage. They just looped it over and made it draw out to derive reactions from you. They show certain things and not other things because they want to derive reactions from you. Like watch characters in the background interact with each other and like look where the main camera's focused, and like you see how they interact, and you'll notice that like, oh, those two people are interacting, but you never see them interact on camera. I wonder why that is. Like they're showing certain things, they're not showing certain things. Like it's all based on production and like what their intentions are. And again, as someone who's like resistant to it, I mean, like I have an adverse reaction to it. Like when you try to manipulate me, I know you doing it, and I'm like, I have to now like analyze every single thing you're doing. Like
See, that's what I like about the circle is that there is the chance to do that, very smooth. You have all the time in the world just to sit in that apartment and just
Yeah.
think about it, think about your next move. I like that. Did you stop the stream?
No, I did not. Any final comments? I guess
Oh.
we don't have any questions in the chat. So anybody has any final comments on Squid Game, or you can just make a critique of American Squid Game or something.
Any final thoughts about Squid Game? I'm glad it's over.
it's
I'm glad
not.
it's over.
It's not.
I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I
It's-
mean,
that's my I swear to God, you're literally in my head. When I was at the end of that show, I was like, I'm actually glad it's over. Like I'm gonna wrap it up. Like it's a good
Ah!
season. American Squid Games. Okay, so it's not over. So it's not over. So I'm not done.
I don't think it's
I'm not-
over because it's something actually that Nada mentioned, because he's making all this money from this brand. And because if you think about it, the first Squid Game, like, it really created a cult. It's not like people were like buying the suits and making things on,
Oh
on their
yeah,
lives.
Halloween that year was
Halloween
the-
that year.
Yeah, it was just so great. So why not capitalize on this?
I got you,
know?
Mac. I know,
Yes,
man. I
you're in
know.
there, dude. You're in here.
Oh
Exactly.
man. But yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't think the guy is doing bad just because he's selling off whatever. Like, yeah, good for him.
No,
Yeah, get your money.
Yeah, go get your money,
I
bro.
mean,
Like, no
if it's
problem.
bringing good content, then do it.
Yeah.
So I think like it'll come back. If it comes
Fun.
as American Squid Game, then David
Yeah.
Fincher, if you're watching this, you know who to cast for
Please.
for the Middle Eastern character. You know who to cast.
I can hold the sniper,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can kill me at episode 1. I don't care.
And just
I'm
edit
down to
the
down.
video. We should try to get on Beast Games. I think they already are filming the second one. We should try to get on Beast Games 3. That would be fun.
I don't do well in crowds of competition. I am
That is
rather
we get
mean.
killed off, and maybe we win $500,000. Either way. No, what was it? 5 million. Sorry, not $500,000.
I would absolutely betray some human to get money.
Did you see Beast Games 1?
No, I've watched Supercut on some of the action,
So
but I didn't.
there was this. So just like one point about it, about the whole betrayals. At one point, they divide themselves up into 3 or 4 groups, and then each group has, I don't know, maybe like 30 people, 50 people, something. And then they choose one person to be their leader, and then that leader goes up to the platform, and then this leader has to decide. They either press the button, eliminate everyone who's on their team, and they win $1 million. Nobody pressed that button.
Nice.
Everyone kept everyone in the game. And me and Khalil were looking at each other and we're like, fuck all you.
Fuck all y'all.
I'm in this for the money. The chances of me winning $5 million in front of like 1,000 other people are very low. I might
Yeah.
win, but my chances are so low. My better chance is that I get this $1 million right now. Just eliminate. It's a competition, guys. Eliminate
like-
everyone. Yes.
I feel like having an American Squid Games on this point, Nada, is exactly this. Is we have a stark individualism problem in the
Yeah.
US.
Yep.
It is F
Absolutely.
you, I got mine. And that is like ingrained into the culture out here. And so American Squid
But it
Games,
didn't show in Beast Games though. They stuck together.
I think that's a lot of production.
Maybe.
Oh, really? You think it was scripted?
Oh, brother, it's reality TV. It's all scripted.
It's
It is
always
everything
scripted.
is scripted. Yes. even if it, okay, so like when people are like, all right, oh, reality TV is scripted. So think of like a reality TV show, like it's 10 people in a house and they got to go do like a challenge, like a dare or like an obstacle course or something. Okay, their conversations in between the scenes might not be scripted. You know what I'm saying? Those are just two people having a conversation. But the fact that they have to be in a certain area and dressed by a certain time and like have their microphones on and their makeup done and they know where they're going, like everything is scripted. It's not really reality. It is scripted. And so not only is that scripted, but like sometimes the decisions are scripted too. And people will come off with these reality shows and tell you, they're like, oh yeah, they told me to do this. Like the producer told me, came up and said that, like it wasn't looking good. I need to do this, and so this could happen. And I did it. And then the show went on great, and we made a bunch of money.
Not all of them though. There's a lot of people who get on these reality shows. They get bullied real hard online.
Real
Like I
hard.
remember there was this one guy who went on Love Is Blind, which is, by the way, a very also a very trashy reality show. I just watched 2 seasons.
Super
Love Is
trash.
Blind Seattle
Awesome.
version and Love Is Blind
Awesome.
Habibi.
Yeah.
But
Oh, Habibi was
I
hilarious.
know, right? It's so good. So, Love is
The
Blind
audacity.
Seattle. There was this one guy who's from Seattle, and like he was a very nice guy throughout the show. You know, he got manipulated by this one girl who was also got bashed because she was such a bitch. And you know, like
Yeah.
people's feelings get hurt, even if it's scripted and whatever. There's a
Yeah.
lot
They're
of
real people.
emotions involved. And one of them, she was such a bitch. She manipulated him a lot and got him to choose her. And then eventually, like, she didn't even like him. She was being such a bitch. And so
Hmm.
he was bashed for that first because he tried to go for another girl after her. He broke up with her and he went for another girl. And throughout the show, they every time they film him doing something, he's always kind of eating. And a lot of people started harassing him for that. It's like, oh, why is he always eating on the show? And
Right
he had
there.
to
Yep.
like go online and be like, guys, I grew up poor, you know. So like when there's an opportunity for me to eat, I eat. I grew up poor. I never had these luxuries, whatever. People get bullied, man, for
But
these
what's crazy
shows.
is that's production's intention was to show all this footage of him eating. Like that's by
Yeah.
design. That was not
I
like an
guess,
accident. Like
which
he
is
just
also
happens to always be
mean.
eating.
It's like you guys are showing him eating all the time.
Yes, exactly. The producers literally set people up to get bullied online. It's
Yeah,
a
for
part
real.
of the design. The way, no, no, think of the way Love Island is set up right now. Think of how, so these people go on this island, they're there for the whole summer. They do not get to interact with the outside world. They don't have cell phones or internet. Like the cell phones they have don't have cameras on them.
Flip
Or
phone.
like, or the, yeah, they're like little flip phones they get. They're literally made to like take pictures and selfies with your
Yeah.
friends there, or like get notifications from the producers. Like, so they will set people up to be in couples or get broken up with or get cheated on or whatever, and then
Yeah.
show all the worst footage of that by design. And they
Yeah.
know that when these people get kicked off the island and they come back to the real world, guess what happens? Your social medias have blown up. Not only do these people who go on these reality shows get like crazy brand deals, like
Oh yeah.
crazy brand deals. They have l- like flight airlines and hotel brands
Oh
in
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
comments. Like, can't wait for you to get out. Come work with us.
Yeah, yeah,
Sign right
yeah.
up.
No, it doesn't matter if they win at the end the money or not. Like the exposure itself just
Is
blows
the
up their
prize.
brand, blows up their
But
profile for sure.
that's why the producers aren't afraid to like make someone look stupid or bad because sympathy will
Hmm.
get you brands. Like sympathy, people can feel bad for you and be like, oh, you didn't deserve all that. Like, oh, everyone's mean to that person. Like, we should support them. Like, that's real.
Hmm.
But also, if you think that they don't have like social media influence teams that like predict and project and like respond to social media and the influence of social media for these people,
Yeah,
they
for
do.
sure.
They have it planned. There's a lot of strategy that goes into these meetings. You can't just make mess willy nilly. Like you went to school. Remember the kid who was starting rumor and gossipy, like starting all that drama. That takes a lot of effort. That takes you
Hmm.
can't just do it accidentally. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't mean to say that. Like yes, you
like,
did. Like
oh,
yeah, you
oops.
did mean to say that. You told her, and then you went and told them that whole group something completely different, and then you went online and lied and got a bunch of people involved. Like you actually did a lot of crazy steps to get this far. So like it's production. It's a production effort. Like production has to make these things want to happen. But we'll get there. We'll get to some reality TV shows.
Get some reality shows.
All
Take us
right.
home, Raghib.
All right. And that was our Squid Game stream.
We did
If,
it.
if there's any new Squid Games, you'll see us reviewing it.